Hey YouTube, this is Marty from Slinging Artificials. I wanted to make a video today for two reasons. One, I've been neglecting my YouTube channel, and I want to start bringing some more content to you. I'm learning how to do all this videography stuff, all the GoPro stuff, and Final Cut Pro, and all the video editing. And thankfully I have someone like Steven from Texas, Wade Fisherman. He's been helping me tremendously. He's really sharp on all this stuff. The other thing is I wanted to start bringing y'all some videos of the stuff that I personally use and I take out fishing with me every single time. And although this stuff is my go-to stuff, I'm not necessarily saying that it is what works best for you, but it does work best for me and the way I fish. I would say 95% of the time I'm in the water fishing, I take my boat to where I want to get out and I wade. So this is basically the stuff that I use. Today I'm going to start out with the rods and reels that I use, and later on I'm going to come out with some other videos like my go-to lures and my wading equipment, like wading boots, waders that I wear during the winter, and wade belt, and just some of the equipment that I carry with me that makes it easier for me to do my job in wading, a lot easier for myself. So that being said, let's go ahead and go to the rods. Before we get started with that, I want to say that I have tried out numerous rod brands. I've tried Henry custom rods, I've tried Sarge rods, I've tried Waterloo rods, a lot of the higher end rods. And for me personally, I'm not saying that I dislike any of those. There's a couple of Waterloo rods and some Sarge rods that I absolutely love throwing, but here the last year or so I've been throwing nothing but ET Coastal rods from Eric. They are great rods. He builds them to you, so you actually call and talk to Eric. He's the owner, and you tell him how you wade or how you fish or what you like in a rod and what kind of lures you're throwing, and he will customize a rod built for you. And the other thing I like about it is that his rods are built out of Texas, made in Texas. The blanks are made in Texas, and I like supporting the local community. I love the state of Texas, so why not contribute? And I would put these rods up against any of those other rods on durability, sensitivity, the backbone. The quality is hands down of ET Coastal. It puts a lot of work into them, and that means something to me, and I'm sure that means a lot to y'all when y'all are using this equipment. But first I'll start out with my go-to rod. This is a 6'3" rod, 6 foot 3 inches rod. It is a medium extra fast rod. Now this is only for throwing soft plastics, your paddle tails, your rat tails, little Twinkies. In that scenario, this is what this rod is geared for. It's carbon fiber. The sensitivity on this rod is just immaculate. His craftsmanship is, it speaks for itself. So this rod, he did an abalone wrap on it, if you can see in that picture. It doesn't really do any justice for this. In the dark, I'm underneath a covered patio right now, so no sunlight. It's beautiful. This abalone is just something you can add to make it personalized for more of your rod. It makes it easier to find when you're fishing with friends and you're pulling your rods out of rod holders. He put my last name on the back side of it, if you can see that. I went with a carbon fiber grip. This is my first carbon fiber grip. I really like it. I was kind of scared to get into it because I was worried about it being slippery when my hands had some fish slime on it, or that's just being wet, and I have not had an issue at all. I've caught a ton of fish on this rod. If you'll see a video I'm going to post later on, I caught one hell of a redfish last Sunday. I actually caught quite a few oversized reds on this rod. But you really have to work them. You have to wear them out before you bring them up close, because if they run, not going to be good for the rod tip. You know, so you want that fish worn out pretty well. For trout, same thing. You catch a big old slab, you're going to want to wear them out, let them run a few times, get them tired before you pull them up, right? This is just for instance, this is a PAV 5-inch rat tail. Getting all tangled up here. This one actually is in the Pina Colada color. It's a great color. Actually, Steven made this color. It's on a 16th ounce jig head. So this is what you want to throw with this rod. You know, a lighter, smaller profile plastic lure. The line I use is the J8 braid. Right, I love it. I've been throwing fin wind tamer for, I don't know, 10 plus years. Right, so I just swapped over to this, and I just changed leader also, and I really like this leader. It's Veravos shock leader. It is the 20-pound Veravos shock leader, and I can say that this has seriously impressed me. I don't know how many fish I caught last weekend, and I don't have any fraying whatsoever on the leader. It's also, I know you probably cannot see that, but it is about half the diameter of your regular Seagar Blue Label 20-pound leader, right? So to me, my thinking, I would think that would be a lot harder for the fish to see. So I can attest that this is a very good leader, and I am going to stick with it. But I use 30-pound braid of the J8, and I use 20-pound leader, right? My reel is a Aldebaran 50HG. Now this is a 2015 model reel, and you can see it is a very small profile reel. It's very light, and when you're casting all day, you want light. It'll start to wear you out coming to the end of the day when you've been throwing a heavy rod and reel, right? You can only buy these from eBay because they're rebuilt, and pretty sure they only come out of Japan. So every one I've bought 2 now, and I have tried every reel that you can imagine. Also, I've tried Lew's, Shimano, Daiwa, Bates. So I've tried a lot, and I thoroughly like this reel. It had no issue with that gigantic red I caught last weekend, or any of the oversized fish that I caught last weekend. And it's just a great reel. Very low maintenance. It's just a good reel. I will say it does not hold a lot of line, but the drag is strong enough to keep the fish where you want it. Like I said, I had a Bates Salty Hundo on this before, so I kind of had Eric build this towards the color of the Salty Hundo, and now I have decided not to use the Salty Hundos, and I am going to strictly use these Aldebaran 50HGs, the 2015 model. Right? Like, I don't know if I said, but I think they're around 200 bucks, somewhere in there, which is not bad for the reels these days. All right, that's the one I generally throw. This one is also built by Eric from ET Coastal. You can see here. This one is a 6-inch medium fast action. Right. This is an all-around rod. Obviously, you can tell I have a topwater on there right now, so I'll throw this one generally in the morning. When on my first wade, when I'll start out with a topwater. You know, just depends on the conditions outside. Super windy, I'm not going to start out with a topwater. But I love the bite off of topwater hits. But the good thing about this rod, like I was saying, is it's an all-around rod. So I can start off with a topwater, and then while I'm out there, so I don't have to walk back to my boat, I can tie on a soft plastic in the rat tail, little Twinkie, little softy, big softy, stuff like that. without having to make a trip back to the boat or carrying too much tackle with you while you're waiting, because less while you're waiting is better. I also have the J8 30-pound braid and the same leader line on this rod as well. The reason I like this rod is because you can throw everything. I have zero complaints about this rod. The sensitivity is still amazing with this rod. I think it's just got a little bit more of a backbone, so you can throw the heavier, bigger profile lures. Eric can do anything you want. He can change the colors of your rod, of your fish length markers, obviously threading, your guides, change everything. On this one, I went with a split grip cork just because I grew up throwing on cork rods, and I still love them. He laser engraved my last name into this one, if you can see that. Eric's amazing with what he can do with rods, and I also have the exact same reel on this rod as that one, the 2015 Aldebaran 50HG. But you know, I'm not saying this is for everyone. This is what works for me, and I have spent a ton of money trying to figure out what works best for me. So, you know, the fishing community is a huge community. It's you know, it's very vast, right? There's a lot of people out there that do all types of different fishing. You know, you live and learn. Sorry. You know, so these people that, myself, go out and spend tons of money trying things out, and you figure out, you know, it's not what works for you. I'm just trying to help y'all out. I've gotten some guidance, a lot of guidance in my past, and you know, I'm hoping it saves y'all some money in the future. And you know, I enjoy this. The reason I do this channel is because I enjoy helping people. I like learning. I use these videos to go back and see how I was fishing while fishing, to see if I'm making little mistakes, if there's, I critique myself to see if I'm doing something else that I shouldn't be or I should be doing, right? That's the point of video yourself fishing, is you can figure out what you need to change or would like to change, and you can actually see it happening while it's happening live. But got a lot of videos coming up soon. I appreciate y'all's time, and tight lines.